currently playing Mafia 2, the definitive edition on PS5, and I'm going to demonstrate a better method of making money rather than using the scrapyard and the car crusher. This is a lot faster and it's a lot more lucrative. So you run this path that I'm running. As you can see on the map, I'm right by Derek. All I do is leave Derek and run this path. I check to see what cars are here. If the car I seek isn't here, then I run across. Sometimes the car will spawn as somebody driving on the road. That is also a possibility. But when the car doesn't spawn over there, one of 3 cars will spawn in one of these 3 parking spots, this being another one. Nope. Okay, and over here we have it. This is the Schubert frigate. This is one of the cars that Derek wants. So those were the 3 spots. These 2 and the one that you run across the way. Sometimes the car can spawn and at any point during the run up. But 3 cars will spawn here. The Schubert frigate, which is the one I'm driving. This car's worth $17.50. It's the car that spawns the most frequently. And this one shows up more the more you're driving it, for my observations. $17.50. I don't recommend getting into a car more frequently than not. There isn't a car worth getting, and look at that. There's a frigate already right here. This does not normally happen, but it can happen. So, $17.50. It seems to happen the most with the frigate. Now you just gotta wait for the car to go down. Then the crane comes back up. Wasn't expecting this to happen. The frigate seems to be something that triggers the computer to also be driving the frigate. So it is possible you'll get a parked car like you just saw. Normally that is not the case. It's just the crappy ones that he doesn't want that are around. As you can see, it thing comes down. It lands. You gotta wait for it to be blue. Tell you to leave it because it's finicky like that. And just like that, I got another $17.50 because it was around the corner. So it can spawn there. So do look there, but don't expect it to do so. So then you just run this path that I am currently running. Sometimes a car can spawn over there that he wants, but that's also very rare. You do want to pay attention to the cars in the road because they can often be one of the cars. That is a bit more common than one of the cars spawning inside of Derek's port or by the port. So you run this path and the cars will vary in terms of quantity, but it isn't guaranteed that they'll be here. It's just high probability that the car will be on this path. As you can see, it's not here. In this particular case, you would run over this way. Now you run into this parking lot over here, and I can already see the frigate. If it's not over here, it can be on the other side. It could be anything between the Hollywood, the frigate, or the Thunderbolt, Smith Thunderbolt. The frequency of it being the frigate is pretty high. I have more often than not get the frigate. But this method is way faster than sitting there crushing cars for peanuts. You park the car, get out, and you're 1750 rich. And you can keep doing this. I mean, I have almost 40,000 up in the upper right corner, as you can see. When I started this particular chapter, I was at 0. Um, and it's a very useful method for those needing money, as long as the story allows you to go to Derek. You know, because you'll be on mission and sometimes you can't leave the area and things like that. So I hope this helps people trying to get their hands on money and are struggling. Other than that, keep on gaming.